Hello.
Oh.
And welcome back to Inaudible, episode 259. How's everyone doing? And by everyone, I mean Ozzy.
Yeah, no, just pretty fucked, really.
Pretty fucked?
Yeah, knackered.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like something had broken.
Oh, no, I'm just,
Yeah.
End of the week, end of term, end of
End of everything. That's welcome to Inaudible at the end of everything.
Even now, we come live to you at the end of every, yeah. We're that dedicated to the cause.
Yeah. I was saying during the intro, every now and then I toy with the idea of using a different piece of music, but I do quite like that anachronist bit of music. I think it is just kind of weird enough. It works quite well.
Yeah.
There's
a
a few
bit over the place.
yeah, there's a few things from Epidemic Sound that I would like to use, but I've only got that license for the channel Invisible Tower, so I can't use that on Audible. It would be fine on Twitch, but then I'd have to mute it for the video on YouTube and the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio.
Too much effort.
Yeah, so it would seem pointless putting a bespoke bit of music on just for Twitch.
Yeah. Especially with Twitch, it eventually gets deleted anyway. So
yeah, I mean, then what would be the point? It would just be like, oh, I would just have to use a different bit of music for the intro. Sorry, I've just realised I've still got something downloading, so let me just stop that.
Oh.
And
does it matter? Would that
yes?
You not what was it? Lag stuff up or?
Oh yeah, obviously, because it's the internet.
Okay. Oh, okay. Your internet go. Okay, never mind.
What else did you think I was downloading something from?
No, I mean, but I didn't. Were you having problems with the internet, or was it just in case?
Just in case.
Oh, okay.
I mean, annoyingly,
I know you have had internet problems in the past, so I didn't know if that's where you were going with it. Do you get what I mean?
No, yeah, see, I was downloading something, I had the VPN switched on. I did just switch the VPN off as well, and that caused internet issues, so I have just had to restart the stream. So
I was right and wrong.
You were, yeah. You became right through my actions.
Yeah, I was in the midway point. I kind of evolutionized up to the next. I shinkered.
Right, I have got a full text file because it's been so long since we last did a podcast.
Oh, shit. I haven't really got much.
Plus ça change.
I'm just gonna mention a few words of how I'm really enjoying the Vital Braces. Vital Bracelets, the latest Tamagotchi Digimons, but obviously I've got Kamen Rider and Digimon and Medabots with the Medabot chip. So
you have got.
It's just.
Sorry.
Oh?
I was saying you have got, as I like to say, watches up your arm like Banana's gorilla.
Yeah.
I've been desperately saying that to a lot of people. Riley knew what I was talking about after an explanation.
Yeah, well, give it a month or two. I've pre-ordered the best edition, so I'll eventually have 3. I found on AliExpress some very cheap spare versions of the original edition for 12 quid.
Nice.
I've bought a couple of them, so I could by the end of it have enough to have watches up my arms like Banana's gorilla.
Good, and then you just need the banana-shaped car.
Oh god!
And
now I've been lost again.
Well, banana.
I was creeping in, but then I got lost again.
And also, you need to just say your name every now and then, like Banana's gorilla does.
Oh. Banana's gorilla.
Banana's gorilla, like that.
Oh, okay.
But you just say Aussie.
Aussie.
There you go.
Aussie, the Aussie. I am the Aussie. Aussie, the Aussie.
So your Vital Bracelets.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna make a joke about, does that mean I'm Aussie the Australian? Shitty joke.
Yeah.
Aussie the Aussie.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm not actually Australian,
No.
but I called myself Aussie the Aussie, so that's where the wordplay was coming in.
Yes. So these vital bracelets, they're kind of they're basically, for people who don't know, they essentially are just a wristwatch based Tamagotchi, aren't they? With added sort of, exercise tracker functionality.
Yeah, and that the sort of like the way you want your Digimon to digivolve will depend on how much you've worked at it, sort of thing. So it feels a little bit Digimon worldy in a way. That's what I've quite enjoyed. But it can be a bit annoying when you've got, say, Digimon that you need like 50% battle win ratio, so that you're there having to physically keep trying to lose battles.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could just basically imagine a Digimon time. Oh, actually no, because it doesn't have the pooing and shitting.
Okay.
The only downside, there's less care to the Digimon. Than it's more about the training than the care.
There is Digimon news, actually.
Oh, okay.
A release date has been announced for a new film,
Out-tro,
which is the sequel to Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna.
I think,
and the film
is it an O2 one?
Is called Digimon Adventure O2 The Beginning.
I think we have mentioned this once upon a time.
Oh, I don't remember that.
We didn't have a release date, but I know we've mentioned Digimon O2 The Beginnings at some point.
Yeah. It says it.
On
These
the
people
podcast.
on these websites only use like the Japanese names, and when the Japanese name is different, I don't know who they're talking about.
Oh.
Rui Owada. That's not the Japanese name. That is just the name because he is a new character.
Oh yeah, I think we've mentioned this. We definitely.
Have we? I have no recollection of this at all. Oh shit. Well.
This was back in the days before Riley phased back off to Andromeda, I think.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't remember it then. It's like a previous age.
Yeah, previous era.
Well, for the people at home who don't remember, because obviously both of us absolutely remember everything about this. Rui is the first ever Digidestined, apparently, and that's why it's the beginning, and that's all we know. It's literally all we know.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Other than it's O2 related.
Yeah, and this release date, did you say?
Oh yes, 27th of Octopus. Do you know what?
Oh, okay.
I've just clicked on a link on this post, and it showed me all the O2 characters as they will appear in the film, and I do remember this now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's that news that I was really excited about, but apparently we already knew about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited still. I'm glad we've got a date and that it's coming soonish.
Yeah.
It's some point this year.
Yes. I'm going to waggle through this news, much like a bee might outside of the hive.
Well, I do have one other bit of news.
Go on then.
Do you want me to? There's going to be a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. And the art style looks rather interesting. It's like, it's an animated film, but it's like, just a style of animation you don't see often. It's called Mutant Mayhem.
Oh, that is interesting.
Like watercolor-ish sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like, it's almost like stop motion paintings. Oh, that's really cool because you've got like the buildings in the background are like just like void of details. There's just like squiggles instead of all the individual lights in all the rooms and everything. But then obviously the stuff in the foreground is fully drawn and detailed. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, it looks really interesting. And as a Ninja Turtles fan, the trailer looks good.
Nice. I will watch it properly later on. Speaking of animation, I'm going to segue into something that wasn't my next news item, but I do just want to gush about Arcane for a little bit.
Okay, you've mentioned that.
Because it is honestly just so good. So it's an animated series based on the League of Legends universe, but you don't. It's a standalone series. You don't need to know anything about the universe.
It explains everything you need to know in the series.
Yeah, exactly. So I was reading about the actual League. So League of Legends used to be just a simple, oh, here's the good guys and the bad guys, and they're fighting each other. But a fair few years ago, they thought, right, we need to make this a proper universe, and so they hired various writers from other franchises, like Graham McNeil from Warhammer, for example, was a name I recognised. And they actually spent a lot of time fleshing out the universe and giving all these characters backstories and everything like that. And Arcane kind of sits in that world.
Okay.
The animation is absolutely beautiful. It's so well animated. I read it took them 6 years to make.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, and apparently also they animated the episodes in order from 1 to 9 as well. So the animation style actually just gets better and better as you watch the series. The voice acting is superb as well, but the animation acting is really fucking good, because like when I say it's so well animated, I mean there's amazing fight scenes and like bright colors and everything, and it's all detailed and it looks great, but also they've animated the characters really well, so that to the extent that they kind of, you know, they could do sort of like, the word I saw was micro expressions on their face, like they're actually doing facial acting and like body acting and stuff, as well as just the voices, where they put so much into the animation.
It's like an eyebrow twitch, very slightly, sort of. Someone's a bit pissed off, rather than their entire face dropping, their cheek might slightly move down, just very slightly, like just to show a bit of a.
There's one bit I remember exactly where this follows two sisters at the start. So the older sister is worried about her younger sister, and she just kind of like goes through these range of emotions without any dialogue, just like where she's sort of like half angry, upset, worried and everything, and it all just crosses her face as she like battles back the tears and everything, and then she storms off, and it's like, it's so good, really really well animated. Okay. Story's excellent as well, and it's got like basically all the characters are morally grey in some way. It's just fucking great series. I'll thoroughly recommend it, and music's good too. But yeah, man, that was on my list of many things that I've watched over the past few weeks. I'll just say it again. Anyone that please watch Arcane, everyone. It's really, really fucking good. So, the thing I've been desperate to watch for ages, never quite got around to, I got round to, and I've actually deliberately been making time recently to watch a load of stuff, because I've got this massive list of things I want to watch. Obviously, Arcane was one of them. That's done and dusted. Really good. Go and watch it. Then, also beginning with Andor from the Star Wars universe.
Okay, yeah.
And that was excellent as well, because it was just like linked into that, the Mandalorian is back as well for its 3rd series, and as much as I do really like that too, starting to watch that again after watching through Andor just made me realize how much better Andor was.
Okay.
Because a lot of the Mandalorian is side quests. So like, he's got this goal, and then in order to fulfill that goal, he needs to find that person, and then to find that person, he needs help from this person, and to help them, he needs to help them do that, and then to do that, he needs to go and do this thing. So yeah, Mandalorian's back and good, and I'm enjoying all the new shit from there. But the Mandalorian is in danger of like, a lot of it is just like for mums, like how in Doctor Who there used to be bits for the dads. I feel like there's bits now for the mums, because it keeps on having like, oh, and he's teaching Baby Yoda to do this now, and Baby Yoda did a cute nose.
Okay.
You know, like that just drops in every now and then. I'm like,
I didn't know if it was going to be more like an episode of Kamen Rider O's where it's something for the mums.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean like the opposite of for the dads. Yeah,
just get their shirts off every episode, sort of thing.
Yeah, that was the wrong example to use there.
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's more for the adorable factor, sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
And it's only like, it's not like, you know, it'd be like one sequence per episode will be like that. So it's not like, doesn't destroy the series or out, but I just feel like it really takes me out of it, because it's meant to be like this gunslinging space western, and it's just like, oh, isn't he being a good dad for a scene? Yeah, just get on with it. I don't give a shit.
Drop the fucker off at an orphanage and go shoot someone.
Oh, he tried that. Spoilers. Anyway, But Andor then is more like a a sort of almost like a not quite like a spy thriller, but more sort of thrillery drama-y, because it's about the founding of the rebellion essentially. Although it's Andor's story, his story is during when the rebellion gets founded. So it's a lot more gritty, I guess you'd say, but not like not like when things try to be gritty, so they just put in like a really graphic bit and you know what I mean. It's like it feels more
now and then.
It feels more real in that they're real people doing real things. It's just really really good, and really well written. Like you start to care a lot for the characters as well. Like you're invested in what's going on, a bit like Arcane. So yeah, Andor's very good. So I'm glad I watched that. On Alex's recommendation, I started to watch the A Series of Unfortunate Events series.
Okay.
I got about 5 minutes into the first episode, and it wasn't for me.
Okay, fair enough.
I haven't like deleted it all, but like I might give it another go to watch more than the first 5 minutes. But it just felt very like, look how quirky it is. It was too modern for me.
Okay.
It
was like Matt Smith's era of Doctor Who.
No, because that was good.
No, it was... not like the writing or the story, but I mean like in terms of personality. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even that. It was just like
no, because that's kind of what when you say like quirky, that's kind of the type of character I pictured up.
But it's not just the character that was quirky. It was the whole thing was like it looked like it was I don't know, like overly sort of I don't know, like it's hard to describe, but it was it was a
modern aesthetic you don't like.
It was equivalent to when you find a video on YouTube or a stream on Twitch that looks like it might be interesting, and you click on it, and the person presenting it, if you will, is like really shouty and loud and has a load of jump cuts, and they've got part of their hair dyed and the sides of their head shaved, and you're like, I'm too old for this. It was the equivalent of that. It's not that I felt too old for A Series of Unfortunate Events, though. It was just like it was trying way too hard to be. Look how unserious this is. I just didn't like it.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. I'm really struggling to describe it properly, but that'll do. So I have mentioned before about one of my favourite series of recent years that I've coming out of South Korea, which was Kingdom, which was this kind of
not the Stephen Fry series.
Not the Stephen Fry series, no. This was set in medieval Korea, and that like the idea was that no one's seen the king for months because he's really ill, but don't worry, his wife and her family, who are all very ambitious, assure us that he's fine, and what they're doing is exactly what he wants them to do. And the crown prince, the king's son, is having none of it, and he's trying to overthrow these ambitious people. And at the same time, there's a zombie outbreak. That was hello.
Hello.
So yeah, that was very good. So I'm just recommending that again. But also, I've watched two more Korean things. Number one is Squid Game, which fucking everyone was going on about.
Everyone banged on about.
Yeah. But it's very good. I will say I did not like the twist. I was angry at the program for making me feel emotions previously about a person, which I now know should not have been wasted on such a piece of filth. And I didn't like that at all. Also, there was like, it's one of those things like you have to kind of suspend disbelief a little bit. Because the whole premise is absurd. It's basically people get taken advantage of to take part in these lethal games, basically, because with the carrot being dangled in front of them is they're going to win loads of money. So you have to you have to have some sort of willing suspension of disbelief. I was fine with that. Like, oh, that game doesn't make any sense. Surely you could just do that. Like, I don't mind that. You're not watching it to pick holes in it.
Jungle Run with Death.
Yeah, there were a couple of things like at one point you meet the people behind it, and it was like a bit over the top and silly. Wasn't a fan of that. It was only meant to be one series. But partway through production, Netflix obviously went to the guy, no, we think this is really good. You ought to set up for a second series. And I don't really see what they can do in a second series, because the point of the Squid Game series was that you were in the games, and I don't really see.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make much sense how they've set it up to me, but I'll wait and see.
Or games, I guess.
Yeah. But what is very good at the moment about a lot of the stuff coming out of Korea is they seem to be very good over there at writing drama and making you care about the characters.
Yeah.
And so
they've got a whole genre, K-drama.
Yeah, true. So even though there's one guy who's the main character, and obviously he's going to make it to the end because he's the main character. You've seen TV before, but you're still on the edge of your seat throughout all the games or the episodes. It's really well written in that sense to like crank up the tension and get you invested in what's going on.
I suppose if you don't know there's going to be a second series, you don't necessarily know if he is going to survive till the very end.
Well, he's obviously going to be there for the whole series. That's what I mean. So like in game 2, he's obviously not going to die.
No, okay, I get you.
Yeah, but it is good. It's one of those things that everyone banged on about it so much, I kind of just put it on the back burner because I thought I'll just wait for it to die down a bit. I'll watch it on my own terms. But it is good. Yeah. It is very good. And then I've just started, I've only watched one episode of another Korean thing called All of Us Are Dead, which is about, it's another zombie thing. They seem to like that. Because wasn't there that film about, I can't remember the name of the film, but I've got this image of like a guy in a small boat in a harbour with the city in the background and like a zombie coming out of the, I can't remember what film it is. But All of Us Are Dead is about a zombie outbreak in a secondary school. And that seems to be very good, just from the first episode as well. Like, not funny, sort of like interesting, quirky characters. It's like they feel like they're written like they are teenagers, like they feel real. And yeah, there's some zombies too. So that's
it's a school drama, but there happens to be zombies.
Well, that's like Kingdom. That's why I mentioned that earlier, because it's like it's a political thriller, but then there's also zombies. It's good, yeah. A lot of shit. I'll report back on how All of Us Are Dead goes. It's really long. There's 12 episodes, and each one is like an hour, and some of them are like an hour 10. So after one episode, I don't know how on earth they're going to stretch it out for 12 episodes, so I'll let you know how it goes. I still haven't seen Parasite, which of course won a load of Oscars a few years ago, didn't it? It's a South Korean film.
Yeah.
There we are. Christian's TV Roundup. What else has been going on?
Well, we'll say one thing about the Vital Bracelet. If you are literally a wanker, you get a lot of training done.
Nice. I suppose if your job is churning butter, would be the same thing.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Just today, in total, including like work and stuff, I've done over 16,000 steps.
What's that in miles?
I don't know.
Yeah, 16,000's a lot. Don't people say about doing your 10,000 steps and everything?
Yeah, something like that.
I guess you walk around a lot at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's my job. Is just constantly moving from room to room, sort of thing.
It's good being able to. I guess you kind of like have a base level of fitness without really having to try, because it's just what you're doing anyway.
Yeah, and thinking about it, all my jobs have always kind of involved some kind of just activity and physical movement. So.
There was that time you were employed as a person who walks slowly alongside a hearse, wasn't there?
That's it. Yeah.
Did you keep
and then
the
I pulled
top
them
hat
down into the? No, but I pulled them down into a one way street.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had my older brother shouting that I'm a plonker at me. Oh no, wait, that might have just been an Only Fools episode.
I have to get my cardio another way because I live on the side of a hill. So when I walk up, when I walk up to my exercise dome, as I call it, some people call it Blaze Castle Estate. I call it my exercise dome.
Exercise dome.
It's like up the hill, and then I just like fall on my ass at the top and slide down.
Okay. That's where you need a skateboard.
Yeah. Really hard going uphill on those though, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah, you'd have to carry it up the hill.
Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not like rollerblades where you have to physically walk up the hill with the rollerblade. Didn't you know that skateboards glued to the bottom of your feet?
I just assumed so. I thought you were like one of those army soldier men things, the green ones, like from Toy Story.
Oh, yeah.
Or like snowboarding where you have to strap yourself in.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough. Shut my mouth.
It is good as I did go skiing a few times in my ute, and it was good as a skier to like laugh at the snowboarders and how unwieldy they were, like because the thing is going down the slope they're just much cooler. They were like you know, like what's his face, the American guy, the ginger one, you know, the cool one. You know,
Americans can't be cool.
I'm gonna have to look the guy's name up actually because this has annoyed me. American Snow.
American cool guy.
Shaun White, yes, he literally was just the first result for American snowboarder. He's super famous in the world of winter sports. Snowboarding just looks much cooler than skiing. But then you get to the bottom and you've got to move somewhere, and you see them all just like hobbling along, like their laces have been tied together, and you see people falling over, and maybe they'll
like the army guy from Toy Story.
Exactly, or they'll have to unstrap one boot so they can like step and drag their club foot along behind them, and I just be there like striding along in my skis with poles, like haha, I can move now.
You kind of need to invent a snowboard. You can kind of like separate at the center.
Yeah, like one of those keyboards you can get that splits off into two for the people who like to type with their arms wide from each other. I've never understood that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you first said keyboard, I thought you meant musical keyboard.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean now. But yeah, there's like I've seen other things where like it just basically connects in the center to make a thing.
Imagine
out of a snowboard.
Imagine you're halfway down the half pipe, or I guess
it disconnects, or
so you're a quarter pipe. And it.
But it'd have to be like all secured and stuff. You make sure it's secured, and then once you're at the bottom, you can like declasp all the clasps or whatever.
I mean, that might be a good trick. Like it said, like the board grab or something. You go up in the air, unclasp, do the splits, and then clasp together again.
Yeah. Well, no, because I have thought about that for my skateboard, not necessarily for a skating purpose, but more for the purpose of if I ever got attacked, I'd like to be able to just grab it by both the trucks, split it into two, and then kind of have like two War Greymon like claws that I could just kind of like launch at people with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a sort of serrated edge that whooshing comes out of each other.
Yeah, or like just like like Wolverine claws out of each other, but then you can slide them back into it to make a skateboard.
Yeah. Why not try that at home?
I mean, well, yeah. I've been trying to think of like plans of how you can like weaponize a skateboard. I mean, turn a skateboard into a defense object.
Yeah.
But so the way I carry my skateboard is one-handed in like a kind of sword motion where you're holding the bottom set of wheels and then the rest of it kind of juts out.
Yeah.
But it's very unbalanced.
Yeah.
So you'd need it to be lightweight but sturdy. It can't be too thick. You maybe have some way so that you could like turn one set of wheels 90 degrees. So it's more like the hilt of a sword. Not the hilt, the handle of a sword.
Yeah, that's the hilt.
The hilt, okay. What's the bit above the handle?
The T-junction bit.
The T, yeah.
The guard.
The guard, okay, fair enough. Not a swordsman. But yeah, like that. Just or you could split it into two to make like shovel claws sort of thing.
Yeah. Or you could just run away.
Yeah, but sometimes, what if you're in a situation you can't run?
I
That's kind of what the point of martial arts and self-defense is for. Is they teach you run when you can, but sometimes you might not be able to. Three guys have backed you up against a wall or something. Yeah, what I mean?
not in a good way.
I mean, not in a good way. No. You offer them that, and then if they don't take that, then you try and run. Um,
I know you're trying to mug me and steal my phone and that, but would you be interested in violently gang raping me instead? No.
no, not quite that. It's more of like you could take my phone,
or I could suck your cock.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah. Just close your eyes.
I think I'd rather suck someone's cock than lose my phone.
Okay, yeah. Oh, right. We should probably wrap it up there.
We should probably end it there. I mean, it's a nice segue into the fact that I've got a new phone.
Oh yeah.
It looks all fancy and sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
It looks cool.
It's a fancy looking phone. Does it come with the water inside the screen, like on that picture?
Oh yeah. It's a bit like you'd get those like water things with all like the beads in it, and you could move it about and try and move the beads into like the like goal areas. It's kind of like that.
And then you could put little
rotate it and little bits will move, and
you put those little fancy like foil things in there. Like you'd have a few stars, and you could have ones with like words Merry Christmas and sorry you had an aneurysm and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and then just have a sea monkey living in there.
Yeah. A sea monkey.
It's like Minecraft Ant Farm, but it's sea monkeys in a phone.
Sea monkey.
Yeah. Seaman key. Oh, I've got the key to the seaman, all right.
That's if someone comes with your phone, as it were.
Yeah. As it. We're meant to end.
Focus on the end. They might enjoy it more. So, thanks.
If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave all the normal sort of admiration. Normal support. There we go. Be interactive with your support.
Yes. Especially if you enjoyed the end there. If you enjoyed our ends.
Yes. In your end.
In your ear.
The literal wet willy there.
Oh, yes. So, I mean, the outros in this are never really well put together, are they? Oh,
no.
Do you know what I've forgotten to do again? I forgot to play the music. Now, actually, I've got a bit of a different setup, so I'm going to have to... see, nothing's playing at the moment, so... Oh, no, this isn't going to work. I'm just going to have to play the outro. I won't be able to fade it in like before.
No. All right. Bye.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, I played the wrong one.
No! What?
Do you know what?
Hello, and welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that's impossible to listen to.
The podcast that's impossible to produce.
Yeah.
It's just so impossible.
Again.
I'm just going to use this. I haven't heard this one for a while. The Cannery. Used to have it on all me Tackett videos back in the day.
You remember? Yeah.
It's a good one.
Wow.
I like this one because it's a proper end thing. It's like a nice little build up, which we can talk over. If we were professionals, we'd be slowly winding up to the outro. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Next time.
Yeah, I was just waiting.
mind the gap